Hi everyone, this is the sweater I will be talking about. During these corona days, we have to stay at home, so knitting a sweater would be a nice activity. I wanted to try a V-neck for the first time. I am an amateur, so I made it as simple as I can. So let's begin. The main color is the beige. I can say almost 3 clues were spent in total. Here is the information about this yarn. It is 210 meters long, 100% acrylic, and it suggests number 4 or 4.5 needles. Here are the needles. Number 4 is for ribbing and number 6 is for the rest. I have 5 pieces in total. As you can see, they look so simple. These are the measurements. I will give more details about each part later in the video. I've used 56 stitches for the front and the back, but if I make it again, I will do at least 60 or maybe 65. As you can see, it is not skin tight and it's comfortable, but still I would like it to be a bit bigger, and for the sleeves I could use 45. Well, then it will be too loose, but I like an oversized sweater better. Anyway, you should not forget the size of the yarn, the size of the needles, and the tension while you are knitting will really affect the outcome. You should consider all these to decide how many stitches you need. To start with, I'm taking my yarn, leaving some on my left side. Using my number 4 needles, I start casting on. I start with ribbing stitch. The design is the same for all of my pieces. More details for beginners. We have 2 sides. For my right side, I want to see 2 purls and 1 knit. Therefore, for the wrong side, I have to do 2 knits and 1 purl. This is how I make it. 2 purls. Yarn goes behind. 1 knit. Yarn comes forward. Then 2 purls again. And so on. Here I am at the end of this row, and it goes 2 purls, 1 knit, and then just 1 purl. Now I will start with the exact opposite. 1 knit, 1 purl, then 2 knits. This is a finished 5 cm long ribbing. I will continue with my number 6 needles. I will knit the right side of my sweater and I will purl the wrong side. This is how I switch needles. This looks like a rectangle because it is easy to make. I started with 56 stitches. I made 5 cm long ribbing and I knitted around 53 cm. Then I knitted shoulders. In total, it's around 6 cm long. This is the neckline. I divided it into 3 sections. It's possible to change these numbers, but they should be convenient. I will do my best to explain what's going on here. So I'm almost finished and I came to that point where I have to start making the neckline. I knit 17 stitches. Then I start binding off. In order to create the neckline, knit 2 stitches together, take it back, knit 2 together, take it back again. I keep doing this until I have 17 stitches on my left needle. I will knit here. As you can see, it's taking shape. I continue with purl stitches. Now it's divided into two. Yarn is on the right, so I will complete that shoulder. But there's a problem. I need that needle to continue. So I'm taking another needle and collecting these stitches. Gotta catch 'em all. Since I have my needle back, I can keep knitting. I knit it around 2 centimeters long. Now I will bind off and complete this. When there is one last stitch there, I leave some yarn. It will prevent it from fraying, and I will use that piece of yarn later for sewing shoulders together. Now it's time for this part. I have to attach my yarn. I tie a knot, but a knot is not mandatory. I did it the other way later in this video. I get rid of that needle. I will complete this shoulder the same as the previous one. It's finished. For the front, I start with 56 again. Ribbing is the same. This time I knit around 40 centimeters before I start making the neckline. It's a V shape, so it's a bit different. I will basically divide it into two with a little difference. 2 stitches will be in between for some roundness here. They will wait on one side, so it is 29 to 27. These numbers will decrease as I go up. I will decrease 1 stitch at the end of every row until I have 17 stitches left. From that point, I will stop decreasing and keep knitting and bind off and finish. I'm starting now. There are 27 on the right and 29 on the left. I'm marking those 2 stitches. I will turn it. I will only knit this side. I am taking 2 stitches together, so the number drops to 26. Going back again. When I come to the neckline, I decrease again. I will repeat this at the end of each row. Then I will stop. Here I have 17 stitches. The back piece also has 17 stitches on its shoulders, so they are identical. I put it on top of the back piece, so I can figure out how long more do I have to knit. I have completed this part. Moving on to other side. I take 2 stitches. See, I don't tie a knot, I just have to keep it tight. I'm trying to take it back, but struggling. I'm taking 2 stitches one more time, and I thought I did everything right. But when I started editing this video, I realized I had made a mistake. When I decreased that right side for the first time, I ended up with 26. However, on the left, even though I decreased it 2 times, I got 27 stitches, which means there is a little asymmetry. But no one can tell. This is that midpoint, the reason of all the confusion. My sleeves are basically just colorful rectangles. I made them using 40 stitches. Ribbing is the same. I've used different colors. Total length is 50 centimeters. I've already done something. Now I'm gonna show how I change the colors. I have to change on the right side. I mean, when I'm knitting, not purling. This is important. This color gets involved like this. I have to hold it tight. It gets loose easily. Then, at the end of the row, I can cut off the previous one and tie a knot, otherwise it gets loose. I keep going with different colors till the end. My neckband is made of ribbing stitches. I did it using 111 stitches, and I will explain why. And it is 2 centimeters long. First of all, I will take some measurements. I am measuring the whole neckline. And I'm adding some seam allowances, so it's gonna be 74 centimeters. But what I need is the number of stitches I'm taking any ribbing I did before. For instance, there are 3 stitches in this box, 1 knit and 2 purls. I measured it and it is 2 centimeters wide. I will do a quick math. If 2 centimeters was made by 3 stitches, then how many stitches do I need to get 74 centimeters? That's it. It looks like this. I lay down my front and back pieces, and their right sides are facing each other. I will sew them here first, using backstitch. I will use those leftover yarns that are hanging from each piece. After I'm done with that, I will take my sleeves. I'm marking the middle. Again, right sides are facing each other. When sleeves are also sewn, it will take its final shape. This time I will sew it from the outside, because I wanted to try the horizontal invisible seam. The last thing to attach is the neckband. I will mark the midpoints. I'm stretching the neckband a bit to fit it to neckline. I will connect them here at the end. First, I will sew around the neckline. I will do it using backstitching. Here I'm demonstrating the invisible stitch. I tried it for the first time. Basically, it's finding and going through those horizontal lines, if that makes sense. Once you try, you figure out somehow. I was so impressed with that method. It is really invisible. When I'm doing sleeves, I keep changing my yarn for each color. There are leftovers everywhere, so I use them. Here I will warn you about something in case you don't know. Make sure you always use the same size of yarn. I just wanted to add some pink here, but I regret it badly, because it was thinner than the other ones. It's too bad. It's almost finished, but there's one more thing. I have to clean this mess. I will shorten them, then I will weave them through some stitches nearby. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a seam in between. A close-up look to my V-neck. I did my best to explain everything with details. Editing this video took me a lot of time and effort, so I hope it worth it and be helpful for someone. And last words. We are going through difficult times. We've learned that our monotonous everyday life may seem as privilege one day. We don't take anything for granted in this world, neither our health nor our loved ones. I hope it will be over soon, then we can all take a deep breath. Till then, take care of yourselves and stay safe. Bye.